Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. I hope you all are doing good and you all are fine. It's me, Abiha Tahrim from Crescent Model High School, Bariola. And today, on which topic I want to speak with you and on which topic I want to tell you about is that never multitask. Focus on one thing or one task until you're successful. So, as the Russians quoted that if you try to catch two rabbits, you lose the both. So here it tells that if you try to do different things at a time and multitask, so you'll lose all the skills that you're doing. Multitasking brings you in a perplexing situation. So everybody want to be successful in a faster way. He says that I want to be success immediately. So how is it possible? So most of the people have different tasks at the same time. And what they do? They start multitasking and doing different tasks at the same time. It can be two or more than two. So do you know what are the advantages of the thing that you're doing, multitasking? There are a lot of disadvantages. And the most important, I've told you in the starting that you lose all the skills you're learning. Let's better understand with the help of an example. So let's say if a person is learning Japanese and Arabic. So if he starts learning these both languages at the same time, so it will take 2 years for him to learn these both languages. But when he starts to learn these both languages, for example, I say Arabic first, so he will just take first Arabic and then Japanese. So it will just take 1 year. It means that 6 months for each language. But do you know what happened to that person who learned one language in 1 year, who was multitasking? The main problem with him was that, as we know that they are both different languages. So in Japanese, we say konnichiwa. Well, in Arabic, we say marhaba. So these are two different words. So he can be confused in that should I use marhaba in Japanese or konnichiwa in Arabic. That confuses him, and that's why he can't learn faster. So that's it. When he starts to learn first languages one by one, so he is not confused. He knows which word to use now, and he can easily learn the grammar, and he can maintain the fluency and other things. That's it. What can be done? So if you start doing things one by one, so things get easier, and it's easier and faster to do that. People always want to be successful immediately, and they say that I want to be successful faster. So that's it. When they start multitasking, their task gets more difficult. So it's difficult for him to do anything. When they start doing things like that different tasks at one time, he's actually confused that what to do at that time, because we have to manage our time. So he can't manage his time properly. So if you want to manage your time properly, you have to focus on one thing first. So as always said, never multitask and follow one course until success. And through an example, if somebody says that I want to be cricketer, so he says that education is not more important in while playing cricket and while practicing cricket. Education doesn't matter at all. But he realizes then that education is important. Only that educated person is respected in the society, and the person who is educated, people want to talk with him, people want to sit with him, people want to take decisions from him. But a person who is not educated, so people don't want to sit with him, don't want to talk with him, and they don't take decisions from him because they know he does not have such a knowledge to give others a decision. That's why educated person is always respected. So when he realizes, he says that I should also focus on my education and studies. And cricket, is also important for him. Practicing cricket is important for him for being a cricketer. So then what he does is that if he multitask, like multiple people do, that he starts playing cricket and studying at the same time. So what can be done there? Yeah. While playing cricket, he will think about studies. When I'll study, when I'll do my homework, when I'll do other my learning skill, and when I will increase my learning skills, and when I will learn. So when he starts learning and when he starts studying, so he will probably think about cricket. What about the cricket practicing? It's left because I came for study, so that's why it's left. So that's not it. You should not multitask at this time. If he says that education is important and he realizes, so he should do, he should complete his education first and then he should practice for cricket. That's it. What he can do to be successful, and he will be educated and a good cricketer. It can be. Because if he starts both things at the same time, he will lose both skills. Neither he will be educated in successful in education, nor he will be successful in cricket. That's it. So we know that most of the people multitask. If we ask them, why do we multitask? Why you don't do one thing at one time? So they say that I multitask because I have to do a lot of things in my life. Sometimes it's because of the family conditions or financially or anything, it's done by most of the people that multitasking become the most important part in my life. So he wants to be successful in all the things he's thinking about. He tries to do his best, but that guy don't know that this is not the right way. Somebody has to tell that guy that don't do that. Don't multitask. You can't be successful. That when you do things one by one, you can't be successful. Somebody has to tell that guy, never multitask. Follow one thing until you're successful. You have to tell. I have to tell. The people who know, they have to tell that you can't be successful through this way. You shouldn't multitask. If your family conditions, so that's not it. You should multitask. You should not multitask. And do the most important thing first, and then the less important, and then the least important. So that's why that's it. How he can be successful. If I'm given homework of 6 subjects, for example, maths, science, and English. So most of the people think math is a difficult subject and say that is important because they say that if I am failed in this subject, so I will be failed out. I can be passed. So he studies math. He considers math as an important subject. So I'll do my math homework at first, and then science is also an interesting and important subject. And then I'll do science homework, and at the last, I will do the English. English is a language, while other subjects deal with life. Like maths deals with everything we do. And science deals with everything we see and what we should do. So that's it, what I will do. I will do the most important thing at first and least important thing at the last. So that guy should do the same thing, that most important things at the first and least important things at the last. So that he can do everything he wants. He can be successful. He can control, he can overcome the bad conditions or other financial or other family conditions that are not good. So that's it. Never multitask. It's always advised never multitask because, as I've told you before, if you start catching 2 rabbits, you are actually losing the both. It's a very important thing to learn because it's actually important. Important is important. So that's it. What tells that never multitask. And successful people never multitask. If we look at the lives of the successful people whom we study today or not today, so they never multitasked. That's it. What every person should do to be successful. And success is always gained when we know how to be successful. And that's the key to be successful. May Allah bless us with more happiness, and may Allah help us and give us more, and Allah give us and make us successful and give us a lot of achievements in our life. So thank you for your all. Take care, Allah Hafiz.